Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Beyond Outside the Box, where blacks in business flaunt their black owned business. But today, it is yet another episode of the Supervisor Chronicles. When I tell y'all, today was a day, what a day, what a day. It was a day, okay? So, same person as in the first episode. I happened to do a pop-up, and guess what, y'all? Can you guess? Do you know? You don't know? Yeah. Person wasn't there. She was not there. So I received a text message from her at 8:01. My direct reports, if they are going to be late, or they have an emergency, are supposed to notify me 2 hours ahead of time. I give them an hour. There is somewhere in our employee handbook that says something about an hour. I don't know the specifics. I don't know the specifics, but I will put it down below. All right. So there's that. First of all, she texted me. She was supposed to call me. In the handbook it says to call your supervisor. I signed in at 8:15. 8:15 when I get up to the office, she was not there. Lots of time goes by. Lots of time because the door is locked and I can't get in, so I had to go somewhere else to sit and wait for her to come. So luckily I got somebody to open the door for me. I go into the office and I start doing work. So I did text her and I was just like, what time do you think you'll be here? She said in her text, dang it, I should have brought my phone. She said in her text that she would notify me or she would clock in once she arrived at her site. So she clocks in at 8:33. At 8:33, she's not at the site, all right? Come 9:30. She decides to show up. So that is a whole hour and a half that she was supposed to be at that site, right? Servicing her caseload. It was a pop-up, yes, but I also needed to get some documentation from her. She didn't have the documentation. So I gave her the document that I needed her to fill out. She filled it out and she's like, I need to understand this. I need to understand this. You didn't train us on this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, well, I'm just getting the training on it. It's something new. Well, it was so much easier to do it before. Why, we didn't have to do all this. It's a new process. It's just a new process. So things are going to be different. Now, instead of just doing what you did before, now you've got some checkpoints that we have to abide by. So you got to do this. You got to do it. Well, you could have explained that to me, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just combative, nasty. You could see, guys, when I tell you I saw the face of Satan or one of his minions today, I did. Today. But let me just say this before I get into the rest of the story. I am so happy. Before I left my house, the Holy Spirit said, go ahead and put this olive oil all over your body. The olive oil that I anointed, if you have not seen that video, you need to go and you need to check that out. So the olive oil, I put the olive oil, that was my lotion today. That was my moisturizer. Had I not that olive oil on my body, on my whole entire body, I just felt like I needed it, I don't think that today would have went as well as it did for myself because my mental health probably would have been in shambles. She starts talking and then I'm just like, okay, but you're missing something. And I'm trying to interject, which I shouldn't because that's very unprofessional. I should wait until the person's done.
Don't interrupt, rude.
She got upset because I was trying to add context to what she was saying. Me being a teacher, I'm like, you need some background knowledge first. Hold on, wait a minute. There's a little bit of information missing, so let me give it to you. And she was like, why don't you just be quiet? Okay, she didn't say that, but basically, she's like, when I allowed you to talk. She didn't. I allowed you to talk, just going off. And I was like, okay, let me just sit back. And then it got to a point where she's like, well, I'm not going to have this conversation. And I'm just like, dude, I'm your supervisor. You don't have a choice. You really have to have this conversation or else. Right? I tried to clear the air and I was just like, you know what? My apologies. I said, let's have a redo. I said, I was unprofessional in my tone and in my speech. I said, I should not have been unprofessional. I said, I really am just trying to get down to the root of your issue with me because I don't know what it is because I thought we squashed this already. Whole nother story, whole bunch of other incidents that had happened with this same person. Insane. Anyway, so I was just like, I thought we were in a different space. You know, we cleared the air. You know, it's like we're a team, and then all of a sudden, you're being combative. The way you look at me is as if you have 7 demons inside of you. I didn't say that, but inside, like, that's literally how I felt, and that's literally how she looked. Guys, it was scary. You know, I'm just trying to smooth it over, and then, you know, so I'm just like, you know, I'm taking accountability. Yes, I was unprofessional. As your supervisor, I should never. Then she comes back, and she's just like, well, let's talk about the facts. I'm just like, girl, are you gonna own any of the stuff that you do? Like, you were late, and you're coming at me talking about you need to learn your job. I need to learn my job? You, as a leader, you're supposed to be supportive. You're not supposed to delegate. Oh, clearly my job responsibility, the list that has my job responsibility says delegate, support, blah, blah, blah. But guys, you can't support somebody that does not want to be supported. I've asked this girl over and over since she started, how can I help you? She's like, oh, I got it, I'm good, I've done this before, da 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 da. Like, basically, get out of my way, let me handle my business. So you know what, being that she's an adult, I allowed her to have the autonomy, and she's showing that she cannot be trusted. So when you falsify time, you don't come to work at all, but then clock in as if you're at your site and you're not at your site. That autonomy got me stripped away. Then I got to become a micromanager, and like, nobody wants to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. Some of my direct reports get it, and then some of them don't. Some of them, like this particular one, is entitled. I don't know who gave her that sense of entitlement. I'm kind of thinking like it came from our directors. You know, they're just like, we have a open policy where you can email us, and they gave them a lot of power, or they think they have more power than they do. A little scary. Like, my work depends on your work. So if you don't do your work, then you're gonna make me look bad. And if I don't allow you not to do your work, they're gonna make me look bad. And it's like literally me not doing my job. So I've been extremely kind. I've been extremely lenient. I've been extremely gracious with this person. And yet they don't get it. Their sense of entitlement is so robust, it's scary. I have an extensive log of this person. Like, when I tell you extensive, like, you could scroll. Extensive. Like, sheets upon sheets. Like, so I'm wasting paper. I'm wasting my memory on this person. It's just like, not my memory, but my memory in my computer is just like, dude, I don't have enough space for just this one person. Help. It's a lot. Like, today was a day. What a day. And I think on the 8th, I told HR, like, I'm done. Like, I can't do this, but I can. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I believe that God is using this job to school me, to prepare me for, I don't know what. God, what are you preparing me for? But I'm here for it. Like, these challenges lately, these last 2 days have been challenging. All right? But I'm not going to give up. I can't. I've come too far just to get this far. I'm not going to stop. No, the others, they might stop. I don't know. But y'all, it's a lot managing people. So it got so crazy. She got to a point where she started walking out, and she was like, I've never had a supervisor like you. I've never had a supervisor. And I was like, well, I teach children, and I've never had children like you. And you're in your late 20s. I've never had children talk to me in that manner. I've never had children disrespect me. I've never had children look at me with the type of disgust and disrespect that woman, she's a woman, an adult, over the age of 20, I've never had children disrespect me in that manner. And I've dealt with some really rough kids. But because of the love that I pour into them, and the grace that I give them. That was another thing. She kept on talking about I've given you grace. I've given you grace. And I'm like, you've given me grace? Girl, the grace that I've given you? What's up? Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that story before. What was I saying? Oh, then she listened, and then she had the audacity. She had the audacity to say, you're not here on a daily basis. If you were here on a daily basis, then this, and you'd be able to do this, and that. And I was like, okay, well, unfortunately, I can't come on a daily basis because I have 4 sites that I'm dealing with. Like, this is not my only site. I have 3 others that I got to deal with, so I can't be here. But I don't even want you here. I don't even know. She's like, I don't even want you here every day. Oh, please, oh my God, I don't want you here every day. And I'm just looking at her like, girl, I can't be in your presence on a daily basis. I can't do that. Your energy? Listen, guys, I've really been dealing with it. I'm going through, but what's getting me through is God. There's nothing that I would be able to do. I couldn't do this without God. There's no way. There's no way. I would have been, my feelings would have been all crushed. Really my feelings, because I care so much. As much as I say that I don't like people, I love people. And I love to help people. But people can be, the reason why I say I don't like people is because of things like this. Like, because people can be really nasty and entitled and so demonic. And I just don't, I'd rather not. I'd rather be around people that are not like that. I'd rather be around people that have God in them. Not just say they have God in them, but they show that they have God in them. And what this person is showing me is that my light is too bright for her darkness. Don't judge my nails. It's been a minute. And my nail tech ain't getting back to me. So anyway, my light is clearly too bright for that darkness, and light and dark cannot coexist. So something's got to give. I will update y'all at a later date. Today is January 14th. Yeah. Supervisor Chronicles. This is not easy, but you know what? Again, thank you, God, for the content. That's it. All right, guys, that's it. I'm out. I'm out. What a day. What a day. Bye.